You wake up in the morning, climb out of bed, wash your face, eat breakfast, and head out the door. As you move through each of those moments, did you feel grateful? Even once? Recently, someone made your meal. You turned a tap and clean water flowed. The train arrived exactly on time. There was a seat waiting for you at work. Quietly, without you noticing, these things became ordinary. And here's something curious. The more ordinary things become, the harder it grows to feel truly full inside. We want more recognition, more ease, more happiness. We keep reaching, and before long we find ourselves utterly exhausted. Today I'd like to share something with you, a story the Buddha told long ago, about a single cup of water. Please let your shoulders soften and listen. This story takes us back about 2,500 years. A great many disciples had gathered around the Buddha to study and practice. Among them was one young monk, earnest, diligent, devoted to his training. But somewhere along the way, a shadow crept across his face. A quiet dissatisfaction. I practice so hard, yet I feel no closer to awakening. The others are praised, I'm never noticed. Every day is the same, nothing ever changes. These thoughts settled into them one by one, like dust settling on still water. Then came a sweltering afternoon. The monks had returned from a long journey through the village, collecting alms, and were resting beneath the shade of the trees. A woman from the village appeared, carrying a rough clay vessel filled with water. "Please," she said softly, "drink." She was not a wealthy woman. She may not have had enough water for herself. And yet she had walked all the way to the well and carried this water back for tired monks she barely knew. The other disciples received the water with both hands pressed together. "Thank you," they said, with genuine warmth. But the young monk who carried all that quiet resentment, he accepted the cup, took a single sip, and said, "It's lukewarm." Just those two words, nothing more. The woman said nothing. She lowered her head gently and walked away. Pause. The Buddha had been watching from a short distance. That evening, as the sun was setting, he called the young monk to him. And he asked, quietly, "Do you remember the woman who brought you water today?" The young monk blinked. "Yes, the one who gave us water. I remember." The Buddha continued, "That woman gave you water she had set aside for herself. That cup was full of her kindness. You saw the temperature of the water, but did you see the heart that carried it to you?" The young monk had no words. The Buddha spoke on, his voice gentle and unhurried. "Gratitude is not the act of receiving a thing, it is the act of receiving the heart within it. You feel dissatisfied because you look only at things. The kindness living beneath the surface, that has grown invisible to you." Tears fell quietly down the young monk's face. That night, it is said, he lay awake for a long time. When had he stopped seeing the heart behind what was offered to him? When had that quietly disappeared? The next morning, he went to the village and found the woman. He bowed deeply before her. "Thank you, for yesterday, that water was truly delicious." The woman looked surprised for a moment, and then her face opened into a warm, gentle smile. What this story reveals is something about the true nature of gratitude. We tend to think of gratitude as something we feel when something special happens, when someone does something big for us, when we receive a significant act of kindness. But what the Buddha was pointing toward was something far deeper. Gratitude is the ability to sense the heart living behind what appears before us, and to truly receive that heart. In Buddhist teaching, there is a phrase, "Qian," which means to know grace. To recognize that the very fact that you are here, alive, in this moment, is made possible by the support of countless people and countless things working together. Think for a moment about the bowl of rice you ate this morning. Someone grew that rice, Someone transported it. Someone arranged it on a shelf. Someone may have cooked it for you. Behind a single bowl of rice, how many pairs of hands were at work? In the Buddha's teaching, nothing in this world exists on its own. Everything comes into being through relationship, through a web of mutual support. In simple terms, we are all living inside a great, quiet act of holding one another up. And so gratitude is not actually a special emotion. When we truly see the nature of this world, it arises on its own, welling up naturally from somewhere deep in the chest. That is what the Buddha is pointing to. There's something else worth considering. Why was that young monk unable to feel gratitude? Because he was full of himself, what he wanted, what he deserved, where he should be. When the heart is crowded with the self, there is simply no room for another person's kindness to enter. The inability to feel grateful is not a flaw in your character. It is a sign that your heart has grown tired and thin. So if you have noticed lately that thank you doesn't come as naturally as it once did, please don't be hard on yourself. That feeling is simply your heart quietly saying, I'm exhausted right now. And that deserves tenderness. So how might we carry this teaching on gratitude into our everyday lives? The first thing is simple. Say small thank yous out loud. At the convenience store, thank you. When someone holds the elevator, thank you. When a family member does the dishes, thank you. These words spoken aloud have a way of softening the heart from the inside. It's a quiet mystery, but when you speak the word thank you, your heart follows where it leads. It doesn't have to feel genuine at first. Say it anyway. Over time, the words begin to seep inward, and slowly, almost without your noticing, real gratitude begins to take root. The second practice is this. Before you sleep, recall 3 small things from your day that felt like a gift. Nothing grand is required. The weather was beautiful today. Lunch was really good. I passed a cat on the way home. That's enough. Our minds are wired to dwell on worry and dissatisfaction. That's simply how we're built, which is why it helps to gently, deliberately turn our attention toward what was good. That small shift, done night after night, slowly begins to change the landscape of the heart. This touches on something at the heart of Buddhist meditation, calming the mind and noticing what is already here. It is not about searching for some new happiness waiting in the future. It is about truly seeing the happiness that is already present, right here, right now. The third practice takes a little courage. It is this. Try to find something to be grateful for, even within the difficult things. A time you were scolded at work, a relationship that left you hurt, days when your health failed you. Looking back on those painful seasons, can you find somewhere within them something you learned, something that quietly changed you? I am not asking you to feel grateful in the middle of your suffering. No one can do that. But later, when some time has passed and your heart has grown a little quieter, if a moment comes when you can think, maybe that experience is part of why I am who I am today, that is the moment you have welcomed your whole past self back home. How did today's story sit with you? Gratitude is not something we feel only on special occasions. It is already woven into the fabric of an ordinary day like today, waiting to be noticed. That young monk was so focused on the temperature of the water that he missed the heart it carried. In the rush of our daily lives, perhaps we do the same. But that's all right. The moment you notice, that is where it begins. If there is one thing I hope you carry with you from today, thank you is not a word for the other person. It is a word that warms your own heart. Every time you offer gratitude to someone, a small light comes on inside you. That light will gradually illuminate who you are, and gently, softly, it will begin to illuminate the people around you as well. Thank you for staying with me until the very end today. That is a word I mean with my whole heart. I look forward to meeting you again. Please, spend the rest of this day in peace. Today's story was titled, When Thank You Becomes Hard to Say, a reflection on gratitude. Here on Wabi Sabi Moment, we explore the teachings of the Buddha as a quiet guide for living each day with a little more ease and grace. If this resonated with you, it would mean a great deal if you subscribed to the channel and left a like. Your support truly keeps this going. Until we meet again in the next story. Pause. Thank you so very much.